It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from Charlotte as the Hornets go up against the Atlanta Hawks. Well, for Atlanta, things have definitely been looking up for them lately during this midseason stretch. I think pieces are really falling into place for them at this stage. And now around the halfway point, the novelty of the new season has died down, and we're still a long way from the playoffs. Shaq, how do the players maintain focus through this stretch? How do you maintain focus?
Well,
Have you maintained focus?
Easy. You're a pro, Ernie. Do your job. That's your job.
There you go.
You know, and not only that, you got to be a real competitor. You got to want to compete.
Yeah.
Yeah, good coaching, and the veterans can help you through this because the veterans have been here before. They can kind of lead you and guide you.
Do you feel focused right now?
Not at all.
No. Do you feel focused right now?
Never.
Well, that makes three of us. Here's Kevin Harlan. He's always focused.
Greetings, everyone, from Charlotte as we bring you an Eastern Conference contest for this Hornets home game. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. Hello, everyone. With Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from our Hall of Famer on the sideline, David Aldridge. Taking a look at Atlanta, they feel like they're a better team than their record shows, and in games like this one, it's an opportunity to prove it. They can step it up and make a game of it. We'll see.
And they need to play much better tonight than they did in the first game. This is the second of 4 games between them this season, so a team they'll face often, they want to keep it competitive.
Well, you don't want to give an opponent the feeling that they've got your number. And if you start the season 0-2 against them, that's the exact feeling you're going to give them.
And these are two of the slower teams, Chris, in the league by pace, more of a deliberate style of play.
Yeah, most teams have on their track shoes. These guys, I mean, they got on their boots. They're just walking, taking their time. But, hey, you got to have your own style of play. You know, the best thing to have in this league is an identity. So even if you play slow, play your way slow, impose your will, and then maybe you can have some success.
When you played both ways, didn't you? You played on teams that were slower and some teams that were in a track meet.
Yeah, I definitely did. You know, the East Coast, sometimes you assume that style. It was a little slower when I played, and in the West Coast, you know, that style was a little more fun for me back then, playing the faster pace. I think most players would prefer to play in the free-flowing, fast-paced offense.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court right now for the Hawks. Filling out the wings, it's Bazemore and Prince. Collins is out there with Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Lynn in at point guard.
Nice work to get in position for the rebound and the putback. He has no off switch.
And it's Kaminsky, top of the key. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Kaminsky's got his first bucket in this one. Lynn kicks to Dedmon. Pass to Prince. And a wide open look for Lynn. That 3 off the mark.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
And Batum kicks to Hernangomez. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That is his first foul of the game. Full 24-second shot clock. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's the screen. Pass to Walker. A second chance effort. And he lays it up and in.
Don't you love the passion Walker plays with? An incredible athlete who somehow muscles in tough shots.
Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Mike Budenholzer.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, we talked about his team's game plan coming into the matchup. I addressed the shot blocking and the demoralizing effect that team has, and he said that could be a factor psychologically as well as physically. The key for us is to play unselfishly, draw the help, and kick the ball to the open man. If we execute our offense well, we'll be fine. Kevin?
David, thanks. Sounds like he's prepped his guys on how to handle this opposing defense.
And no surprise there, because they're facing a team that can win games with its defense. They are an aggressive bunch from the start.
Well, look, you can play with pace, you can play with speed, and still be patient. And that's what this team is going to have to do against this aggressive D. They can't force things. They've got to play smart and in control.
And stolen by Bazemore. And Lynn with a clear path to the hoop. Finished off the break.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
So many fast breaks now ending the three-point shot. Good to see them taking it to the rack.
Now, here's Walker. He had 28 points in the win against New Orleans.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off it.
Offensive rebound, Dedmon. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Atlanta shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
First one falls for him.
And the Hawks in the last couple seasons with some roster turnover, established veterans departing, and now with Millsap leaving, they have embraced a complete rebuild.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. And the Hawks traded Howard and lost Paul Millsap in short time. So the rebuild, it would appear, is on for Atlanta.
Yeah, and it seems like they feel good with how they've approached it. You know, you got to commit to turning things over and starting anew. And the Hawks have taken the first steps to building towards the future.
Here's Kid Gilchrist. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Kid Gilchrist has got his second bucket of the night. Lynn kicks to Collins. Now the pass to Lynn. There's the pick. The feed to Prince. Back to Lynn from deep. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got his 3rd rebound tonight.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
The dish to Batum. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Well, one reason why Nick Batum is so valuable on the basketball floor is his ability to guard multiple positions. You hear that a lot with front court players, but Chris, he gives you that flexibility as a guard.
And his length is a big part of why he's able to do that. You always want a rangy guy you can put up on a shooter for the other team. Very often Batum plays that role because of his ability to bother shots and check a multitude of players.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And that one falls for Batum. And as great as Nicholas Batum is, the one issue he's dealt with, Greg, his entire career is staying consistent during games.
And with his skill set, it is hard for Batum to be completely absent. He can play, though, too passively at times when you know what he's capable of. And he's at his best when he is active and aggressive.
And both free throws good for Nicholas Batum. And with sponsors coming to NBA jerseys this season, Hornets fans have to be pleased with their initial sponsor. Makes perfect sense when an owner also owns a shoe brand.
Oh, yeah, and Brand Jordan as the owner sponsor just made too much sense. You like how seamless and unobtrusive it's been. If you have to have a jersey sponsor, you can do a lot worse than the Hornets.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Well, it takes a lot of confidence and toughness to make that play.
For Charlotte, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
One shot.
That's good from Kemba Walker. Well, the NBA has some great advanced scouts who know how to help a team prepare for an opponent. When you played, Chris, what kind of information would you be given with a team that was coming up on the schedule or the game that night that was important for you?
Well, wow, my rookie year, I remember the first time I got a scouting, the playoff scouting report, and I had to understand how many times the player I was playing against would shoot over his right shoulder as opposed to his left shoulder, and the percentage of the times he liked it on the left box as opposed to the right box, and really just knowing the guys and understanding their habits. And so you really need that. It gives you confidence because, as I said, you can't check one player. It's just so hard to do. So what do you have to do? You have to check their tendencies. So maybe you can beat him to the spot that he likes before he can, because if he gets there, he's just going to destroy you. Scouting reports are everything to understand your opponent and your opposing team.
Did you keep, Chris, say a mental notebook, or would you have a notebook that you would write in to keep track of these players, the guys you would face?
I had a mental notebook. The teams would give us physical notebooks, but I would just kind of read them and make my mental notes. You get to see guys so often that if you don't kind of understand who a player is that night before you play him, it might be too late.
They get the rebound. Hornets leading by 6. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating.
And when Kid Gilchrist takes it to the hole, he's money. Just an expert at getting right to the rack.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Lynn.
Cheap turnover. You got to make sure your target's ready for the pass before you let it go.
For Charlotte, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. And Walker kicks to Kaminsky. He feeds it to Kid Gilchrist. Dishes it to Kaminsky. 5 on the clock. Walker the pass to Kid Gilchrist. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. And it's 8 points for Michael Kid Gilchrist. And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, and the second chance points, guys, mean a lot over the course of a game, and they just had so few opportunities, and I think that was their Achilles heel.
You're right, Kevin. Not being aggressive, not following up their own misses. They needed a little extra kick to get over the hump, but they never got it.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, this is the dilemma as a coach. You wonder, do I need to call a timeout here? Do I need to settle these guys down? Should I let them play through it?
Now here's Lynn. He's coming off a 13-point game against Toronto.
Now, when you watch the Hornets play, it seems like they play with a chip on their shoulder. I mean that in a good way. They play like they have something to prove. They have a very self-driven team.
Chris, as you said, win or lose, you know that this Hornet team is going to battle you for all 4 quarters. They don't give up.
Well, a lot of that camaraderie has developed on this roster because of that. They know they don't have superstars and big names, but it doesn't deter them. They know they have a small margin of error.
And he knocks down the first one. And you look at today's players, they have so many more ways to connect with their fans. But, Chris, at times, do you think that that creates added pressure for the players?
Every player has pressure. I don't know about added pressure, but I do think it's a different time with social media, and you can hear everyone's opinion. So I think that you need to focus more if you're an athlete, but I don't think it adds more pressure. Because whether or not someone can type it or say it in your face or boo you at a game, you know, you're going to hear those words.
Now here's Walker. He's got 5. Nobody near Kid Gilchrist. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Lynn dishes to Dedmon. They set the pick. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
And he makes that one. And Gomez has got his first points of the night.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
The Hawks trail by 12. Now here's Lynn. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. Collins kicks to Lynn. And another shot, and it's good on the layup.
That's what every team needs, guys getting after it on the offensive board.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And I feel like the defense was one step behind all night. I mean, they never made the adjustments to string together a few stops.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Alex Len's checked in for Dwayne Dedman. Plumlee comes in for Collins. Anderson, he's checked in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Malcolm Delaney in for Jeremy Lin. Now here's Parker. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Makes it off the glass. Parker's got his first points of the game.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
Here's Delaney. His last outing, he had 8 points. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Anderson. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
He's really developed that nice in-between game. Smooth.
The kick out to Williams. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Williams has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The Hawks trail by 13. Delaney kicks to Plumlee. He dishes it to Carter, passes to Delaney. Carter outside. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. Here's Lamb. 9 points last game out. In the corner, it's Monk. Parker inside. Glenn with the block. Here's Delaney. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. He kicks it to Anderson. The 3. Zeller grabs the board. Hornets leading by 11. To the inside. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks. And some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for Charlotte.
And their guards have led the way in that regard. The ball is in their hands, and credit to them. They're not just looking to get shots up. They're of the mindset to create great looks for everybody.
The Hawks trail by 11. Delaney kicks to Anderson. They set the screen. Glenn, a screen. Anderson passes to Carter. Over Lamb. Oh, offensive interference. Charlotte leading by 11. Parker with it. Pick by Zeller. Parker drives in. He used that pick to get in close. Parker's got his second bucket.
Well, yeah, Steve Clifford has done an amazing job here with the Hornets. One of the most underrated coaches in the league right now, and a big part of the Hornets' success. He's done a great job at maximizing the talents of his team.
Now here is Carter. He's coming off a 13-point game against Toronto. Plumlee against Williams. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Delaney. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Anderson outside. Atlanta again missing. And with Steve Clifford, you wouldn't be surprised if he won a Coach of the Year award in the future. Chris, his peers around the league admire what he's been able to do.
Well, and the fact that the Hornets have been a perennial playoff threat under him is huge. For a long time before Clifford, the Hornets couldn't string together winning seasons. The change from then to now, under his watch, has been huge.
The Hornets have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Well, there have been a lot of great young big men come into the league over the last couple of years. Chris, do you think the post position is about to make a comeback in the league right now?
I think it definitely could make a comeback because of the players that we've seen enter into this game, like Cat and Davis and Embiid. But I also think that, you know, the game has grown because we've had to see players like Larry Bird on the post extend his game to three-point area. We got to see Hakeem Olajuwon get the first big crossover. So I don't know if the game will ever be the same with traditional posts, but I do know the game is in good hands with guys that have great skill sets, and so the big man is definitely back.
Here's Delaney. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Len, a screen. Clock at 6. Carter. Rebounded by Lamb.
Some tough D in the paint, getting between him and the bucket and stopping the easy deuce.
Zeller dishes to Williams. Plumlee with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Carter leading the charge. Offensive rebound. Delaney kicks to Len. Feeds it to Anderson. Delaney, the pass to Len. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. Picked by Zeller. Here's Parker. And the layup is good. Parker's got 6 points.
Well, he's known for his unselfish play. Zeller sets a solid screen, springs open his teammate.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2. Atlanta shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. No good on that one. So he comes up empty, missing both.
And the missed opportunities for them at the line here early on.
And that one drops for him.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Right off the opening tip, they've been relentless. And this style of play can be hard to come back against.
Plumlee with the screen. Delaney kicks to Carter. A three-pointer is right on target. Carter's got his 3rd bucket of the night. And so it's Charlotte in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We've got more in store for you right after this. And before the game, we heard from Kemba Walker. He talked about his mentality when he steps out onto the floor.
Play free. You know, just play like you're playing street ball. Just have fun. Just play the game that you've been playing, you know, forever.
Infectious enthusiasm. You see it every time he steps on the floor. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a comfortable margin for the Hornets here, guys.
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
And really, for the whole first quarter, they've maintained their intensity. Let's see how long they can sustain it.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. Miles Plumlee out there with Prince. Then there's Len. Then there's Anderson. And it's Delaney in at the point. No good from Lamb.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Charlotte leading by 16. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, something special is brewing in Charlotte. Point guard Kemba Walker said, "It's a great start. We know how to play with each other, and we love playing with each other. The best thing is how hard we all work. We're going to grow." Kevin?
And that kind of optimism is terrific, David. Thank you. Walker and the Charlotte Crews seem to be a perfect match. When Marvin Williams came into the NBA out of North Carolina, the world was expecting a lot out of him, mostly because of where he was drafted, which was #2 overall back in 2015. He hasn't lived up, Chris, to those draft position numbers, but he has been a solid contributor his entire career.
Well, it's not his fault the GM picked him that high, so I don't know. I think most players knew what his potential was. I just think that was a mistake of a GM. But for Marvin, it took some time, but he's grown into playing the power forward position. He came in as a 3, believe it or not, so I always thought he was at a disadvantage. He's always been able to shoot and stretch the floor from that spot, but now if he had played the 4, coming in and stretched out bigger guys, I think that would have been more advantageous for his game.
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Jeremy Lamb. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Len. Collins comes in for Plumlee. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Anderson. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Malcolm Delaney. Kicks to Collins. Outside, Lin. Pass to Prince. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Dedmon dishes to Collins. Pass to Bazemore. Fires the 3. Trains the three-pointer. Bazemore's got his first 3 points of the game.
No doubt that was a defensive mistake. You got to have a guy on him at all times.
In the corner, it's Kidd-Gilchrist. And another 3 for Charlotte.
And the confidence from Kidd-Gilchrist, absolutely no hesitation shooting off the pass.
Lin kicks to Collins. There's the feed to Lin. Prince outside. There's the screen. Bazemore for 3. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
They're running. Here's Lin. The putback.
And how about the perseverance offensively? I mean, following up the missed shot, and that results in 2nd and 3rd opportunities.
Parker against Len. Williams a screen. Monk the pass to Williams. Rebound by the Hawks. Collins has got 5 rebounds tonight. Lin kicks it to Bazemore. Some solid defense from Kidd-Gilchrist.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those 2 things that he possesses.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
You know the saying, numbers don't lie. You can see it up there on the scoreboard.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And Marvin Williams, for a long while, had been viewed as a tweener. You know, a player who was stuck somewhere, Greg, between the small and power forward positions.
Yeah, and for a lot of players, that is plenty to get you minutes. I mean, Williams has improved on his defense here later in his career, and hey, he's shot more threes, and it's really become a weapon for him over the course of his career.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Zeller. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Marvin Williams. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Monk. And Walker subbed in for Parker. Kaminsky misses. The Hawks trail by 18. Lin with it. He's picked up by Walker. Lin kicks it to Bazemore. The three-pointer, no good.
Wow, he's really been dragging him down tonight.
And there's the pass to Hernan Gomez. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. And oh, here we go with Lin. Nobody back. And the call will be against Hernan Gomez. That's foul number 2 for him. Lin kicks to Collins. Now here's Bazemore. He's tightly guarded. Wide open shot is on the money. Bazemore's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Atlanta. Lin against Walker. There's a screen. Batum passes to Hernan Gomez. And it's Walker penetrating. And it's Walker again missing.
Not quite airtight defense right there, but his release was a little bit off on the jumper.
Prince outside. Here's Collins. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Clearly a foul.
Chris, I know that when you go through a season, there are certain matchups that you love and certain ones that you don't. When you were playing, which other power forwards did you just dread, just did not like going up against?
Well, Kevin, I would kind of change that and say dread to me was love, meaning that I dreaded and I loved to go up against Tim Duncan because you knew you had to be prepared that night. I loved and I dreaded going up against KG. You know, I played in the era where in 1 week I could have played against Shaq, Rasheed Wallace, Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan, Akeem Olajuwon. This is all on the West Coast. So for me, you know, I dreaded the Western Conference, but what's so good about it is that you just have to be prepared, and you can't dread the NBA. It's like you grew up wanting to play against the best players in life, and so I really loved the fact that I had to be my best every night, or you're going to get embarrassed in the league. So it was every power forward.
Never an off night, was there, Chris?
Never an off night, and you know, so I can't say I dreaded Karl Malone over Barkley or Olajuwon over David Robinson or Tim Duncan over KG. It's just like, hey man, you got to put your big boy pants on, get ready, and go to work, baby. Put your hard hat on.
Back to Lin. Looking to end his cold spell. That shot no good. Hornets leading by 16. And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
On defense, Atlanta. Hernan Gomez kicks to Batum. And a wide open look for Walker. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
And looking at the numbers for Hernan Gomez, tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 12 rebounds, and 3 assists. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
This last stretch, unbelievable tenacity going to the glass. It's been reflected in that stat sheet.
And the basket by Kaminsky.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Lin against Walker. There's a good screen. Shot clock at 6. Puts it up from 12. And it's off the back rim. No good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Rebounded by the Hawks.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Lin kicks to Prince. The Hawks again can't hit. Hornets leading by 18. Outside Kid Gilchrist. To the paint. Here's Hernan Gomez. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Clearly a foul.
First trip to the line for him here.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Hernangomez. Vince Carter, he's checked in for Prince. So he gets them both. And here is Lynn. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Atlanta calls timeout.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
Here's Dedmon. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I tell you what, it's like football, having a 3rd and 13 and them running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, I mean, you had to stop.
Charlotte leading by 16. Now Walker, 5 points in the game. Dedmon with the block. And that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. Hornets retain possession. Hernangomez passes to Walker. Charlotte moving it around. The shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. And the Hornets miss again. Now here's Bazemore. Defended by Batum. Lynn from long range hits the three-point bomb. Lynn's got 7.
Just wonderful form on the J from Lynn, dropping it in the face of the D.
Here's Kid Gilchrist. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Well, that lead's only going to keep growing if he keeps shooting like he has so far. Michael Gilchrist, a player that isn't known for his offense but makes up for it on D. Fantastic defender who can completely disrupt an assignment in a number of ways. Very quick and can stick to someone like glue.
Atlanta making a switch here. Alex Len's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Miles Plumlee comes in for Collins. Justin Anderson, he's checked in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Malcolm Delaney in for Jeremy Lin. And with Kid Gilchrist, his defense is definitely his most important asset. Really, until his offense comes along, Chris, it's how he'll make his biggest impact on a team.
Well, that's perfectly fine for a player like MKG. He gives you defense and great rebounding on the wing, Kevin. He's active on both ends of the floor, and he brings the energy when he's in.
It's stolen by Kaminsky. And here's the fast break. Walker leading the way. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. He has 7.
Now, he's only shooting 20% to begin this quarter, and you can tell it's beginning to wear on him.
The Hawks trail by 18. The dish to Plumlee. He feeds it to Anderson. Plumlee with the screen. Back to Delaney. 5 to shoot. Stolen by Walker. Here's Batum. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got his 9th assist in the game now.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here's Delaney. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Batum dishes to Kaminsky. Back to Batum. That one misses. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. And Anderson kicks to Len. Dishes it to Plumlee. To end the run, Len, good. Len's got his first 2 points of the night.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
They set the pick. Kaminsky in the corner. Latre. Plumlee with the rebound.
His struggles this quarter continue. The D's done a good job on him.
Anderson wide open. Cans it from downtown. Anderson's got his second bucket tonight.
I don't know if that was by design or by accident, but the D not paying any attention to him.
Anderson against Batum. That's a two-pointer from Walker. Stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall.
Now look, if he can start turning some of these misses into makes, their lead is going to take a big jump.
There's a minute 34 left to play in the first half. Left side, Batum. And Nicholas Batum with the slam.
Whenever Batum gets a lane to the hoop, he's looking for the throwdown. The D has to do better against him.
The Hawks trail by 15. Delaney kicks to Len. Anderson outside. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Charlotte making some changes. That free throw good from Anderson. We've got 1:08 left to play here in the half. Parker passes to Zeller. Parker sets the screen for Zeller. Lamb dishes to Williams. Just 5 on the clock. Rejected by Len, but they get it back. And here's Anderson for 3. They get it back. Plumlee, no luck. Hornets leading by 12. Parker kicks to Williams. Len grabs the board. Len's got 6 rebounds here tonight. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Anderson with the ball. Now guarded by Monk. Anderson can't get that one to fall.
Look, it would be a huge boost for them if he could start knocking these down.
Now here's Parker. He's got 8. Takes the 13-footer. And so it's Charlotte enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Things were going Charlotte's way from the beginning. They literally played out of their minds and had a stretch going that gave them a 19-point advantage. Big-time offense for them was the theme, and at the end of quarter one, they were up by 16. Moving on to the second quarter, their lead was challenged, but never seriously, as they took a 12-point edge into the half. Shaq, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Well, it was an unselfish, team-oriented half of basketball. The ball never stopped moving. Their offense had a great flow to it. It prevented anyone from getting lazy out there. They're always moving, cutting, knowing where they need to pass the ball, Ernie.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Atlanta.
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
Welcome back to Charlotte, the Duke Energy Center, the building in the foreground there. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You know, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist has been exceptional here, guys.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, and then it wasn't all dunks. I mean, they were squaring up with confidence, and that became contagious.
Hornets leading by 12. The forwards are Kidd-Gilchrist and Kaminsky. Walker and Batum teaming up in the backcourt. And it's Hernangomez in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Charlotte.
And Walker uses every inch of his 6' 1" frame to nail the interior shots, really using his body well.
And Bazemore kicks to Lynn. Collins passes to Lynn. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Frank Kaminsky picks one up. And Chris, as your career progressed, your free throw shooting percentage jumped up about 20 points higher than when you started. That's not the case for a lot of players. Just how hard is it for a big man to improve their free throw shooting throughout their career?
Okay, that's probably one of the things I'm proudest of, is that I have a record from going from worst to that best improvement, and I worked out hard. I had a shooting coach, Buzz. We worked out every summer. I would take him everywhere with me, Kev. I mean, I would take this guy to the club, to church, to a restaurant, to he'd have to wait outside the bathroom. Everywhere I went that summer, I wanted him, with me, because you have to focus and concentrate on it. You think about it, you have to change not only your mental habits, your repetition, but your thought process. So step 1 is figuring out that shot. Step 2 is how many repetitions. Step 3 is, can you get that in game time atmosphere? And you really can't unless you punish yourself in the summer with running. So if you have to do a suicide every one you miss, or it just was so much work and intensity on it, because you have to build up so much trust. Because the reason why guys shoot bad free throws, they don't trust it. They shoot a different way every time. And it was fun becoming better at that, but, that's probably one of the toughest things I've ever done, was get better at shooting free throws, because the concentration and the time allowed it to try to improve.
Now, here's Batum. Fast break, the Hawks. Here's Prince. Oh!
Nice. Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. That was a terrific replay, brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. And so it's Charlotte with it after the basket by Atlanta. Batum wide open, he fired. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Lynn kicks to Dedmon. Lynn dishes to Dedmon. Back to Lynn. Over Walker. Lynn's shot is off. Hornets leading by 13. Batum passes to Walker. And stolen by Prince. Oh, that's blocked.
And Batum has arms that go on forever and ever and ever, which is why he's so dangerous when it comes to shot blocking.
And when you look at Kidd-Gilchrist, and he is certainly known for his ability to defend and attack the rim. He's a terrific athlete, and he uses that athleticism on both sides of the floor, and just the prototype when you look at that hybrid forward position.
And he can't get the first one. And you look at the size and game of Kidd-Gilchrist, he is the opposite of what most GMs look for in that 3 spot. But Greg, he makes it work.
Yeah, I mean, most teams want a tall 3 that can stretch the floor. Kidd-Gilchrist isn't that. but still gets playing time because he's effective when on the floor. If you play defense like he does, you're going to find a way to get on the floor.
And the potential that Kid Gilchrist has is exciting. A rangy defender who is finding his offense slowly but surely.
Hawks passing it around. There's a screen. Lynn from long range, nailed from three-point land. Lynn's got 12.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
And Walker kicks to Batum. Here's Hernan Gomez. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. 6 points for him.
Yet another easy make. They're really cooking now after making their third straight shot to begin this half.
Pass to Prince. Back to Lynn. He dishes it to Dedmon. He got right to the cup using that screen. Dedmon's got his third bucket of the night.
And really, Lynn has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
Feeds it to Batum. And the dunk by Batum.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
But it's surprising, Kev, to see so little urgency on the defensive side, especially with them losing this game right now.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Last time they came together was in Charlotte, where they fell to the Hornets.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Oh, yeah, they allowed way too many easy buckets. I thought they lacked toughness and energy all night.
And here's some numbers on Bazemore.
His last 10 games, he's averaging 10 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
And he hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
Now here's Lynn. 12 points for him. Shot clock at 5. Shot from the wing. That shot, no good. Walker with some nice D. Shot from free throw range. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. 13 points for Batum.
Well, in addition to Batum's solid perimeter shooting, he is also very efficient from the mid-range, dropping in these shots consistently.
And Bazemore kicks to Dedmon. Pass to Lynn. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
You have to respect the concentration level of Lynn there. Just doesn't get rattled on his shot when the D whacks it.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
One shot.
And that one falls for Lynn.
And Lynn has really carved out a nice role for himself in our league. An effective two-way player who can score, rebound, pass, and defend.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And a chance now to review the shot chart for Atlanta.
And plain and simple, they just don't have the three-point shot tonight. They'll need to keep taking them to keep the defense honest, but they can't expect it to be a major source of points the way they have been clanking it off the iron so far. Just a bad time to go cold from deep as a team.
Free throw drops for Kid Gilchrist. So he gets them both. Here's Lynn. 15 points in the game. He kicks to Prince. The Hawks get it back in a new 24. Bazemore dishes to Lynn. They set the screen. Kicks to Dedmon. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Dedmon's got 9.
He's one of the guys having a solid game for them, but as a whole, they've been lacking.
Batum passes to Kaminsky. Back to Batum. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, you have to admire the energy that Kid Gilchrist plays with. It's what helps him earn these calls.
He shot well from the line tonight, going 4 for 5.
And he is a cool customer at the line, guys. You've got to be when you're shooting 84% on the season.
Free throw drops for Kid Gilchrist. That one misses. The Hawks trail by 13. Bazemore inside the three-point line. Tries to save it. Dedmon kicks it to Bazemore. They shoot again. The shot off that time. Some solid defense from Kid Gilchrist. Batum attacking. Kid Gilchrist with it. Guarded now by Prince. Kaminsky dishes to Kid Gilchrist. And the basket by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got 8.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Here's Collins, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And Lynn is a sensational playmaker. Love how he zips passes over to his guys.
Here's Walker. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. Batum for 3, and another 3 for Charlotte.
He's taking over the game. Their lead's going to get even bigger if he keeps this up.
The Hawks trail by 16. Lynn kicks it to Bazemore. Prince outside. Pass to Lynn. Off the screen. Dedmon. It's good on the putback. He's got 11.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Outside, Batum. And, oh, here we go. Prince has got it. The fast break chance.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly. Then with the quick reaction time.
For Atlanta, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Charlotte making some changes. Zeller, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Jeremy Lamb comes in for Michael Kidd Gilchrist. And Parker subbed in for Kemba Walker. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Lenz checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Plumlee comes in for Collins. Justin Anderson, he's checked in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Malcolm Delaney in for Jeremy Lin. The Hawks have had 12 attempts at the line, making 8 so far.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw, good, Anderson.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Some changes for Charlotte. Williams, he's checked in for Kaminsky. And Monks subbed in for Nicholas Batum. And both free throws good for Anderson. Hornets leading by 12. Here's Parker. He's got 8. Williams a screen. And Parker, here we go. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And when you give Parker room to work his magic down inside, he knows how to finish with style.
And Tony Parker in his prime, one of the best slashing point guards this league has ever seen. Just an outstanding finisher amidst the tall players. And one season, how about he almost led the league in points in the paint, a surefire Hall of Famer. And you got to appreciate just the presence of mind there. Monk demonstrating solid court awareness by finding the open man.
Here's Delaney. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Anderson inside. Kicks it out to Prince. Shot clock at 6. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Prince has got 5 points so far. And a bit of a down year for Tony Parker in 2017. His lowest three-point percentage in 5 years. Lowest free throw percentage in 9.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to see him hitting threes at a higher clip. The previous couple seasons, he shot it up over 40%. And a great way, I think, to boost his offense, even though he has slowed down a bit.
Here's Delaney following the bucket by the Hornets. Anderson the screen. Prince with it. 5 points in the game. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. 3 on 3. Oh, the lob to Parker. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Lamb. And this is a good time to bring you a rundown of the hottest three-point bombers from the shooting guard position over the course of the last 10 games. Second is Malik Monk.
You don't have to be a great shooter to play two guard, but it does help. And pretty much all of these guys fit into that great category.
And having a reliable three-point option at off guard, pretty much a necessity these days in the NBA.
Now here's Anderson. He's got 10. Expanding his range. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Williams has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And the dunk by Zeller.
Registering one of the highest verticals at the NBA Combine. Finishing at the rim is what Zeller does best.
And there's the feed to Len. It's stolen by Lamb. To the left side wing. Monk kicks to Williams. Misses from short range.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Anderson passes to Prince. A three-pointer off the mark. Charlotte leading by 17. Here's Monk. And Charlotte again with the bucket. Atlanta's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. And Plumlee kicks to Prince. Hawks passing it around. The pass to Anderson. No good on the triple.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
The shot by Monk is no good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Anderson dishes to Len. Passes to Plumlee. Williams with the block. And he's able to get it back. The shot's good from Plumlee. Charlotte has gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. That one goes in. And the Hornets lead by 19.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Delaney kicks to Anderson. Plumlee with the screen. Anderson outside. 4 on the clock. With the floater. And the officials call a traveling violation.
A moment now to see the stats for Prince. He's one of the standouts over the last month, averaging about 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, anytime his club needs a basket, he's their go-to guy. Just an irrepressible, prolific scorer.
Now here's Williams. He's got 5. Not going to go that time. Plumlee with some nice D. Here's Delaney, covered by Parker. Prince's shot is good.
He's feeling it this half. Total turnaround after a rough first half.
Hornets leading by 16. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Parker left side. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
And Anderson kicks to Delaney. Anderson the screen. Fires for 3. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Parker outside. Now the dish to Monk. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And honestly, guys, in real time, I couldn't really see whether he got it off in time, but with the benefit of replay, it seems pretty clear that the clock expired just before the release.
And it looks like they got it right this time. No basket. The clock had expired while the ball was still in his hands.
Yeah, and even if they don't show it, I know the refs are proud of themselves after a replay proves them right. They're like, see, we had it right all along. So good call, fellas.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. The Hawks trail by 18. On the court for Atlanta, we've got Prince. He's out there with Carter. Alex Len out there with Anderson. And it's Delaney in at the point. And here's Anderson. Boy, he just hasn't been able to get his shot to fall.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Parker kicks to Lamb. He feeds it to Zeller. Parker outside. 5 on the clock. Lamb passes to Williams. Over Prince. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know if he can just break through this cold streak, he can give you what you need. He isn't getting it to fall from outside during this half after recording a 3 during the first.
It's Parker with the drive. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Parker's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Hornets. Delaney kicks to Prince. They set the pick. Here's Len. And he drops it in from the low post. Charlotte calls timeout.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
And the chance to draw up a great play. I mean, this is a chess match at work.
And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Len. Collins comes in for Taurean Prince. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Justin Anderson. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Malcolm Delaney. Lin against Walker. Dishes to Kaminsky. Hernan Gomez passes to Kaminsky. Here's Kid Gilchrist.
Now look, the athleticism that Kid Gilchrist possesses is tough for any D to deal with, especially down inside where he uses it to get these fouls.
Free throw good. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And both free throws good from Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Chris, as we all know, you grew up in the Detroit area. It's a town that has seen glory days and hard times. Talk about what it means to you to come from Detroit and what you see in the future for the Motor City.
Well, it means everything to me to be a Detroiter. I think that's what made me successful in my career, is that I took on the heart of the city and the fact that it's a hard-hat town, a blue-collar town, and you have to earn your keep and you have to wish positive for the future. And so it's been great coming from there, and it's hard times being from there. You know that we're resilient, and so it's great to see positive energy enter back into the city. It's great to see the Pistons playing the city for the first time in over 20 years, and so I see the future is bright for Detroit because Detroiters are always there, and as long as we have the people, everything else will be great.
You and I broadcast the last game in the Palace, and I'm wondering what you think the impact will be with the Pistons, as you just talked about, in their brand new building.
I think the impact would be great, but for fans. You know, when I was younger, I wanted to see the city. I wanted to see our team play, and I only lived a few miles from downtown, but about 30 or 40 miles from the Palace, and so I'm happy that the kids that supported the team, that dreams about being a Piston one day, I'm glad they finally get to go to a game. I'm glad that Detroit finally gets to really call the Pistons their own. What is it going to do? It's going to infuse positivity, and so hopefully for everyone, it's a positive environment.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
And Walker kicks to Hernan Gomez.
Oh, and Walker excellent in the pick and roll, reading the defense and setting up his teammates.
Here's Lynn. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Collins, a screen on Kidd-Gilchrist. Carter. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is up and in. That gives him a double-double in this one. 11 points and 15 rebounds. Batum, a screen on Carter. Outside, Walker. Back to Kidd-Gilchrist. Here's the three. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got rebound number 15 here tonight. Carter drives in. Up again. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Hornets leading by 17. Now Walker outside Kidd-Gilchrist. He dishes it to Kaminsky. 6 to shoot. Good work defensively by Carter. Atlanta's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Dedmon, the basket good off the assist from Lynn.
He has come out strong to begin this half and has really found his stroke.
Now here's Walker. And he uses the glass on the layup.
But Walker has speed to burn, a nightmare keeping him out of the paint.
The Hawks trail by 17. Feeds it to Collins. The Hawks working the ball around. Pass to Carter. And he uses the glass on the layup.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
Hornets have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Here's Walker. There's a good screen. He kicks it to Kidd-Gilchrist. Pass to Kaminsky. Rebounded by the Hawks.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those two things that he possesses.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
One shot.
Hornets leading by 12. Walker with it. Kicks it to Kid Gilchrist. It's stolen. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Here's Lynn. He can't get that one.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And the basket by Kaminsky. And the Hornets lead by 14.
Such an advantage for Kaminsky. He can finish inside with either hand.
Lynn dishes to Carter. Trying his luck deep. Lynn's shot is off. Hornets have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Walker the pass to Kid Gilchrist. Back to Walker to the middle. It's stolen by Carter. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Lynn. That's in there. Carter with the assist. And that's now 19 points for Lynn.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Kept alive. Here's Hernan Gomez. Good work defensively by Carter. The Hawks trail by 12. Lynn kicks to Collins. Here's Dedman. Over Kaminsky. Off the left rim and out. And it's Walker penetrating. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
He's giving him a nice lift this quarter. The shots are falling for him.
And here's Bazemore. There's the pick. In the corner, it's Lynn. Collins, a screen on Walker. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, you have to admire the aggressiveness of Lynn, constantly looking to draw the foul on his shot.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
No good on the free throw. Prince is checked in for Atlanta. And he's good on the second.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
I love how Kid Gilchrist maintains his focus at all times. Even when he's getting fouled, he possesses the strength to bury the shot.
Free throw good. Michael Kid Gilchrist. Here's Lynn. And there's the feed to Collins. Over Kaminsky. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And Batum kicks to Walker. Here's Kaminsky. Collins grabs the miss. The Hawks trail by 16. Here's Prince. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. Prince has got 10 points here in the second half.
What a total 180-degree turn here. He wasn't making anything in the first half, but he looks like a totally different player now in the second half.
They get it back. Outside for Batum. There's the screen. The pass to Kaminsky. And the three off target.
Now, he doesn't look like himself right now. Nothing is going his way.
Prince kicks to Lynn. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Now here's Bazemore, defended by Batum. And Bazemore kicks to Lynn. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Walker. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Defensively, they could have done better. That's an open look he'd like to have back.
They set the pick. And Lynn comes to help. Passes it to Kaminsky. Over Collins. Charlotte no good that time either.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, the scoring, I mean, it's not coming easy for him. You have to get into a little rhythm, but that's when you can make the extra pass. Play the role of the facilitator.
Marvin Williams is checked in for Charlotte. The Hawks trail by 14. And a regroup necessary. Timeout taken by Mike Budenholzer.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kemba Walker.
Yeah, it's his job to keep their offense ticking, and tonight he's earned his keep. He's been able to find open teammates everywhere, feeding the post, creating open jump shots on the perimeter. His passing has been the best element of his game.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Mike Budenholzer had some advice for the team during the timeout. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
Prince dishes to Bazemore. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Williams has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Now Walker. And Nicholas Batum, the bucket on the assist by Walker. 18 points for Batum.
And Batum really likes getting shots off from the interior, using those long arms of his well to release the shot over the defense.
Collins, a screen on Walker. Here's Lynn, and it's blocked. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. Batum brings the double team. Clock at 6. Fires from 18. It's rebounded by Charlotte. 22 is their biggest lead. Lets it fly. Walker's shot is off. The Hawks trail by 16.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Hornets.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this was a great team effort by everyone.
Take a break.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far. They've won 2 straight.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Walker.
He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Zeller, he's checked in for Charlotte. And he's good on the second. The NBA coaching ranks always looked at and scrutinized. Only 30 great jobs out there in the league, and yet they're on the firing line, it seems like, every season. Chris, what enables head coaches, in your opinion, to be successful? And has that changed over the years?
Well, I think what allows you to be successful, first of all, what is your acumen for the game? Can you communicate? Can you inspire players? Are you a humble guy? And, you know, I think those are the main things that you have to, you know, have as a coach. But look, players get traded all the time. Everybody's under pressure. So, you know, just got to do your best and keep it moving.
The dish now to Collins. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
Monster scoring run, but had to do this earlier. Now it shoulda, woulda, coulda, all that.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That's his 3rd foul of the game. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Williams, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Jeremy Lamb comes in for Kid Gilchrist. Monks checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Tony Parker subbed in for Walker. And then for Atlanta, Lenz checked in for Dwayne Dedman. Anderson comes in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Malcolm Delaney in for Jeremy Lin. And the basket is good.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
Well, they've gotten serious, stringing together some game-winning buckets.
To the wing on the left. Len kicks to Delaney. Parker with the steal. Dishes to Lamb. Back to Zeller. The shot off that time. Prince with the defensive effort. Here's Delaney. Covered by Parker. Len passes to Anderson. And stolen by Williams. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Tony, what was going good for you offensively tonight?
I think the ball movement was great tonight, but I think the main thing for us is to play great defense. Defensively, we have to be at our best, and everybody has to help, and I think tonight we did a great job.
Really got it going when you needed to. Thanks, Tony. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.